Okay, looks like we are live. I think. Let's just double check our audio settings here. I didn't get to do that before we started the stream. So, properties. It looks like the microphone is working. Properties. Looks like that'll work as well. Let's see and make sure that's all the way up. Sound settings, because it always gets changed. That's good. Running different settings for my computer, so we'll see how that goes. Well, happy New Year's Eve, everybody. Hopefully everybody's having a great day and hanging out with family when they can, and yeah, I'm just here to hang out, here to have a good time and chill and promote some work that we are doing. So you can use !merc in YouTube or Kick or the other one, Twitch chat, to get a link to that page so you can get custom ordered shirts like the one I'm wearing right now, that Freedom shirt. We made our own, kind of like Charlie Kirk's, but not exactly like Charlie Kirk's. So yeah. Noise gate, I think it's good. Don't know that I want to compress much more though. Do I have compression? Let's see. Test. 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 Okay, yeah, we'll compress it to like 6.7. There we go. What about this? Oh gosh. How about here? That might be good. 1.1, I think. Yeah, we'll do that, and then we'll drag that down to like 10 or 11. Yeah, that works. Don't want to be in red all the time, actually. So do down 15. That might work. Yeah, that's good. We are compressed and we are doing good. Good. Again, happy New Year's Eve. Happy New Year's Eve. I'm not sure what I'm gonna be on about though. We're kind of chilling and maybe watching some YouTube videos. Maybe get some videos going. We're watching Flats play this ZZZ game.
All right.
It's a gotcha, I guess. Gotcha style game.
Nice. TikTok can do that? Yep. They've got this guy randomly cornered.
I'll tell you everything, please. Just don't come any closer.
Don't go any closer to him.
Congratulations, dear guest, on finally making up your mind. If you'd come to this realization earlier, it would have saved us both a lot of effort.
What's going on?
What's going on here? Ah, dear guide, you're here. Please don't mind us. Our guest just woke up and wanted to leave without permission.
It's kind of weird.
Asked him to stay for a while.
Sir Soldier, as a member of a rebel army, you should be well aware of the consequences should we turn you over to public security. If you tell us the truth as to why you're at the Ballet Twins, we may just let you go.
Maybe.
All right then. Well, our unit's sponsor commissioned us to do something on the roof of the Tower B of the Ballet Twins.
Be more specific, please.
I'm just a grunt. I don't know the specifics. A few of us were tasked with guarding the perimeter. If we found someone had entered the Ballet Twins, we were to prevent them from getting too close to Tower B.
So you caused the blackout.
So you're the ones who caused the blackout.
Yeah. At first, I thought you were all just explorers messing around, and I could just scare you into staying away. I didn't expect you'd get the power back on so quickly. Our squad leader said, with your kind of power, you're definitely not ordinary people. You're probably here to save that girl, so we lured that weird ethereal.
Wait, what did you say?
Wait, that girl? Where's Rain? What did you do to her?
That little, girl is with our squad leader on the roof of Tower B. She isn't in any danger.
I take it you're admitting to kidnapping Miss Rain. Rena, keep pressing him for details. Master Proxy, may we talk in private?
I think this is just such an interesting game.
She should murder him. It's only the right play.
I'm sure someone with your intellect knows what I want to ask next.
Rain's true identity.
You want to know who Rain really is.
Precisely. Rebels have occupied the ballet twins, and they seem to consider Rain quite important. If you are reluctant to share information openly with us, it's likely to impact our next move.
Next move?
Next move? Does that mean you're still willing to work with us instead of leaving things to public security?
I'm sure you understand our employer is quite well known in New Eridu. As representative
Off of my food, Miss Tibacolina.
public security for a simple task like property maintenance. Well, Victoria Housekeeping cannot allow such idle gossip to arise, tarnishing our master's reputation. And
True.
since we've confirmed Miss Rain has been kidnapped, Victoria Housekeeping cannot stand by and watch criminals use our master's property for such misdeeds.
Misdeeds? No.
We share the same goal. As I said before, if you wish to work together, I hope you'll be honest with us.
Yes.
I understand.
Honesty is the best.
I get what you mean. We wanted to keep Rain secret, but now's not the time for hiding things. Rain is actually a hacker. If you'd chosen to seek help from public security, we'd have been in real trouble.
I see. If Miss Rain is a hacker, then they must have kidnapped her because they knew of her abilities. And the Ballet Twins rooftop is the perfect location to transmit messages.
We need to save her quickly.
Those thugs are still guarding the building, which means their mission is still ongoing.
Probably
We need
ongoing.
to save Rain as soon as possible. Otherwise, who knows what might happen.
Victoria Housekeeping is of the same mind. I'll make preparations for the rescue. Please wait for further contact.
Rescue.
Lycon leaves in a hurry. Finally relaxed on collaboration secured. Let's go check on Ellen and Corin. Alright, I'll do Corin first. Remember record overtime. What? Oh, I clicked on Ellen. Proxy, it's you. Were you injured? I'm fine. You're probably here to see Ellen too, right? Try not to worry too much. She'll wake up soon. Is that why she's always eating candy? Yep, she's definitely doing that to replenish energy levels. But she's also really likes candy. You place the candy you brought next to Ellen, and then just then,
Very interesting story. Anyway, let's Oh, did it save my? Oh. Ba bum 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 bum. Oh, caps lock is on. Eva, stop whining. You're not getting any of my food. I'll move these crackers over. You want a cracker? I'm gonna eat it. Probably not. You can save those pizzas.
I might eat one.
Yeah, that's fine. Go for it. Get my food unstickified. Or ungunked, I guess you could say, from the kiddo. Tag with Ryan. Gotta close that out. Make sure we close out tag with Ryan. Okay, we're good. In charge la phone. Alright, what's happening? There's me. Happy New Year's Eve. Worst year for Dawa ever. What is he wearing? Is he wearing a pimp outfit? Democrat Doomsday. Yeah, to see. I wanted to see. He was supposed to go soon. There's a lot going on in Iran. Where is it? See. Oh, he will be going live. Alright, we'll keep an eye on this. We'll keep the audio up so we can listen to that. Open another YouTube tab. Take this cup, full cup of milk. And another soda I'll take. Thank you.
Hope you guys are doing great wherever you're watching from today. We have some big news. NATO forces in a NATO country have seized and captured a secret Russian ship, part of the Russian Shadow Fleet, after what appears to be potentially, allegedly, a sabotage mission. That is right. NATO forces in a NATO country have captured and seized a Russian Shadow Fleet vessel, an alleged Russian Shadow Fleet vessel, after a sabotage operation was accused of having taken place. So this is one more step up the escalation ladders. We got a lot of ships being seized these days. Didn't think I'd be talking about ship seizure so much. So we're going to get into it. I'm going to break down exactly what we know. I am still dealing with sickness. I apologize. I really am sorry. So if my voice sounds off or I crack or stumble or something, please just bear with me. Before we get into it, as always, please make sure to like and subscribe. Totally free. Cost you guys nothing at all. Huge, huge, huge boost to the channel. Comment with your thoughts below. Get active in the comments. What do you think this means? What do you think seizing a Russian Shadow Fleet ship means for the broader context of the hybrid war that is already underway as the conventional war in Ukraine rages on? I want to hear all your thoughts in the comments. Let's get a good debate going. Hit the notification bell. All notifications turned on. You won't miss a thing. And then right here, Instagram, David
That's the ship
Hookstead,
that they've been
X,
chasing
D Hookstead.
out in
That's
the
where you can find
Atlantic.
me on social media. My DMs are wide open. Reach out with any tips you got. Now let's get into it.
No, this
As
is NATO
viewers of the
forces.
channel know, the situation in Europe between NATO, Russia, Ukraine, the United States of America is as hot as it's ever been. It is in a bad, bad, bad place. This
Sure
is
is.
coming as President Zelensky of Ukraine just met with Trump at at Mar-a-Lago. I almost said at the White House, but at
Thank you,
Mar-a-Lago,
Lobo.
as the United States tries to craft a peace deal. But the
Mhm.
situation is turning. It does appear that the United States and President Donald Trump are accepting the fact that Putin has no intention of stopping this war. Putin wants the war to carry on and will do just about anything to make sure that happens. He just unleashed a horrific attack on the civilian population of Ukraine in Kiev. He is
Horrid.
continuing to hammer targets
And it needs to be held
energy
accountable.
infrastructure targets across Ukraine. They claim that the Ukrainians tried to attack his house.
There's no
Total
evidence.
bullshit. Never happened.
Yeah.
Total fraud. But here's what's not a fraud. I'm going to put this on the screen for you. Let me get this fired up. This is as of me filming this on December 31st. I'm going to go right here. It says breaking. Finnish forces have boarded and seized the 132-meter long Russian Shadow Fleet cargo vessel Fitberg. This is from Vizengard 24, which is actually, I believe, a Ukrainian news outlet.
Bitburg, huh?
Boarded
That's
the
a
ship. Sorry, again,
good
not feeling
name.
real well here. Fitberg, moments after it destroyed 5 submarine telecommunication cables between Finland and Estonia by dragging its anchor on the seabed.
Oh,
So this was a
geez.
sabotage mission, is what it appears
Yeah.
to be, where it dropped its
Russian
anchor,
sabotage.
dragged it across the seabed, destroying the underwater communication lines. Of course, this could be considered an act of war.
Yeah.
At a minimum, it is an act of sabotage that the Russians have allegedly carried out using their Shadow Fleet. We're going to get into some more details about what the Shadow Fleet is here shortly.
Russia needs held
So we have more
accountable for
details
sure.
here. This is a look at, I believe, the Finnish Coast Guard. It says, I'll read it here. So it says, Finnish authorities have boarded and detained a vessel in the Gulf of Finland off the coast of Porkala Peninsula that is suspected of damaging submarine cables running between Finland and Estonia. According to the Helsinki Times, the Fitberg, a St. Vincent flag Russian-owned cargo vessel that had departed St. Petersburg, Russia, bound for Israel on Tuesday, is believed to have used its anchor to damage upwards of 5 underwater submarine cables.
What's it getting
operated
from
by the Finnish
Israel?
telecommunication company Eliza early in the morning on Wednesday. So yet again, a second report coming out that this Russian Shadow Fleet ship dragged its anchor, destroying these communication lines between Finland and Estonia, likely going elsewhere as well. Obviously,
do the whole
serious
up to
situation,
the British Isles.
incredibly serious allegation that is now out there. And the Finns, who are now members of NATO, scrambled maritime forces to seize and capture this ship. So they're done with this, what is known as the Russian hybrid war, which we'll also get into here shortly. NATO forces now making it clear this will not be tolerated. So the president of Finland went on X on this morning, December 31st, saying Finnish authorities have inspected a vessel suspected of causing cable damage in the Gulf of Finland. So he has confirmed, Alexander Stubb has confirmed that this did happen. And he further says Finland is prepared for security challenges of various kinds, and we will respond to them as necessary. So the president of Finland has confirmed this is what happened. Now,
Make
this
Russia
is pretty
pay for the
cool.
cables.
I'm going to share this on
Make
the screen
them
with you.
pay
This is
for
actually
all the
a
damage in
video
Ukraine.
showing it travel through the Gulf of Finland, and then you will see in the video where it gets captured.
St.
So
Petersburg.
here's the Fitberg. I'll slow this down just a little bit for you, actually, so that you can follow it. So that's the Fitberg on its what appears to be a sabotage mission. And then right here, you will see the launch. So we have the launch of the Finnish vessels right here. They're going to intercept and take control of that vessel right there. On your screen, you can see it. That is where the vessel was captured and taken down.
Why did LN?
So
Why did it go in towards land?
Here. This comes from the BBC. Finnish police have detained a vessel suspected of damaging underwater sea cables. As we said, all 14 crew members were arrested after the cable owned by Finnish telecoms operator was damaged. The operator said in a statement that the damage had not affected the functionality of Eliza's services anyways. Now, we scroll down here. It said many experts and political leaders have viewed the recent incidents of suspected cable sabotage as part of a hybrid war carried out against Russia in Western countries. The issues come under increased focus since the Russian invasion of Ukraine in 2022.
By Russia
so what
against
is
the
a hybrid
Western
What does
countries.
that mean? What are they doing?
It means they're
What
just
are
trying
the
to like
Russians doing?
mess with
Hybrid war
everything.
is when you're going to do things that are short of an actual hot conventional war. Sabotage missions. We know they went into Poland and blew up a Polish rail line that connected to Ukraine. Great example of a sabotage mission. We know that they have sent drones and fighter jets into NATO
all
territory.
throughout Europe.
France, Belgium, Romania, Estonia, Lithuania, Poland. Some of those
Belgium's
countries have
scared,
engaged the
not
drones. None of the fighter jets have been shot down.
liquidating the Russian
So that is
assets.
also a key part of this. That they are going into NATO airspace. They're pulling off sabotage missions. That is the hybrid war. They're able to, Putin's government is able to sit back and say, oh, no,
Encroaching on the
we're
borders.
not actually in a war with you. We're not attacking you. And what they're doing is they're using a no fingerprints approach, if you will. They're going in, hitting targets, harassing NATO airspace, but they're doing it in a way that gives them plausible deniability, even though we all know the Russians are responsible. As for details on the Russian Shadow Fleet, said the Russian Shadow Fleet is a clandestine network of hundreds of vessels operated by Russia to evade sanctions following the enactment.
He's calling up his reservists now too, so I think Russia's gonna do a push into NATO,
in response to the Russian
Lithuania, or
now, if we go
Poland.
down here to Russian military involvement,
Finland would be stupid to attack, but he might.
In August 2025, Danish investigative media company Danwatch reported that it obtained internal correspondence from Danish state-owned pilot company Dan Pilot speaking about reports of extra crew members, presumably Russian wearing uniforms, actively photographing infrastructure such as bridge passages, among other things. Danish military sources suggested the purpose was to keep the Russian intelligence service informed on critical infrastructure for potential sabotage actions. So they have people on these ships that are photographing infrastructure so that they can then blow it up or sabotage it in some way. So the Russians are using the Shadow Fleet for sabotage, building intel packages, things of that nature. So I'll pull this off the screen right now for you. So right now, we're in a situation where NATO forces have stopped, boarded, detained, captured, however you want to word it, a Russian secret ship following Russia appearing to order a sabotage mission, destroying the communication lines.
Yeesh.
Why do you want to destroy communication lines? If you can knock out
war,
you give yourself a significant advantage moving forward if something big were to happen. It's basic war 101. If you can't communicate, you can't fight, you can't fight, you can't win. So what Russia's doing here is they are trying
now they're going to look for him on land.
Infrastructure to give themselves an edge in whatever could be coming. Give themselves an edge in whatever fight might be on the horizon. And they're not using their military to do it because that would be too obvious. So they are relying on their Shadow Fleet, their Ghost Fleet, to get the job done. And that just goes to show that Russia,
because they can't carry oil anywhere,
of dialing this situation back. No intention of actually coming to the table in a good faith negotiation. They have every intention of ramping this up. And you just have to be honest about that. You just have to look at the facts as they're laid out and determine the best course forward. I think seizing the tankers, whether it be Venezuela, Iran, Russia, whatever it might be, seizing the ships is a good first start. It reestablishes deterrence. It sends the message, you're not going to get away with this. We're on you. We're watching you. We're paying attention. So we will see how the Russians respond. Maybe they'll make more fake videos of Putin's house being bombed. Who knows? But that is where we are at as of the filming of this video. But I want to know what you guys think. Let me know in the comments below. What do you think of this situation? How will the Russians
even his house did get bombed. He wasn't in it.
Next? Let
Right.
me know in the comments below. Please make sure to like and subscribe. Totally free. Cost you guys absolutely nothing at all. Huge, huge, huge boost to the channel.
5 more minutes.
Ladies and gentlemen, President Trump has just dropped an absolutely massive $185 million bombshell that, frankly, right this very moment, has every single one of these far-left sanctuary states pretty much sweating bullets. Here's the report. As of this morning, the Trump administration has halted all $185 million in annual federal child care payments to Minnesota State as independent journalists have exposed
Keep exposing fraud
daycare centers, many Somali
that have failed, that failed their exam.
operation despite massive taxpayer-funded subsidies. Trump administration officials are now demanding a full audit by Governor Tim Walz, with White House Press Secretary Carolyn Leavitt confirming Department of Justice search warrants and on-the-ground Department of Homeland Security investigations currently going on. So, folks, to say the least, the Trump administration is absolutely cracking down. They just ripped away $185 million. This fraud will not be tolerated. We are shutting it down. And like I said, all of the other sanctuary states in the nation are sweating bullets right now as well, because guess what? They also are absolutely riddled with the exact same type of fraud, corruption, and abuse that we've been witnessing in Minnesota. But now, speaking of White House Press Secretary Carolyn Leavitt, take a look at this.
Governor Walz is completely.
Did I get my roll of paper towels? Oh, no, there it is. Sorry. I misplaced it.
Him out for his incompetence and his poor leadership in the great state of Minnesota. I want to commend
No, I'm okay.
for his incredible video in real journalism that went
Yeah,
viral this
that was
week.
awesome.
He epitomizes what new media looks like, and that's exactly why we at the White House, under President Trump's direction, have embraced new media journalists like Nick Shirley. We've welcomed them in to the White House press pool. We invited Nick Shirley to brief the President of the United States at an Antifa roundtable earlier this year. And this fraud in Governor Walz's state in Minnesota is something the Trump administration has been working on since day one. And since Nick Shirley's journalism really brought this issue further to light, we have surged resources across the board to the state. So I want your audience to understand this is a top priority for the administration. The Department of Justice, as we speak, is continuing to execute search warrants and subpoenas. People will be in handcuffs as a result of the fraud that Governor Walz has allowed to occur for many, many years. The Department of Homeland Security is conducting door-to-door investigations on the ground at potential fraud sites, and they're also, of course, conducting continued deportations of illegal aliens in Minnesota's communities. We're also not afraid to use denaturalization.
So, ladies and gentlemen, whether or not all of these immigrant fraudsters are legal or illegal, it doesn't really matter. If they are engaging in this type of fraud, they will be denaturalized, meaning they will lose their citizenship or their visa, and then they will be deported, which is, by the way, exactly what I voted for. I don't know about you. I would suspect yes. Now, President Trump himself actually chimed in on all of this earlier this morning, saying this on Truth Social. Much of the Minnesota fraud, up to 90%
the Somali fraudsters
by people who came into our country illegally,
who are mostly here illegally.
Somalia. Congresswoman Ilhan Omar, an ungrateful loser.
Yep. Then they'll get denaturalized and sent out.
Contributes is one of the many scammers. Did she really marry her brother? Lowlifes like this can only be a liability to our country's greatness. Absolutely true. Side note, send them back to where they came from, Somalia, perhaps the worst and most corrupt country on earth. Make America great again. And that is what it's going to take. We got
they can go make Somalia great again.
Make this country great again. And now, folks, just to do a
they really don't want to care about
America
at all.
Looked into this.
Minnesota just changed its state flag on top of it all to a replica of the Somali flag.
On the World Corruption Index, which measures quantitatively the degree to which every country is corrupt. Well, guess what? Out of 180 countries listed in this corruption index, Somalia is listed as 179. So, yeah, the corruption in Somalia is pretty darn bad, to say the least. 179 out of 80. But of course, everyone on the far left, as this entire Minnesota immigrant fraud dynamic is unfolding, everyone on the far left is attempting to make this about race. If you care about fraud in Minnesota State, you are a racist. Take a look.
I want them to round up anyone who is involved in defrauding American taxpayers of what apparently amounts to
he's just an anchor on CNN, the Republican anchor.
Very, very small state. Somali, whether they're citizens, immigrants, Why? I don't care.
You don't care if
I
they
want
target
the
one
fraud
community?
to stop.
But do you support
want
the
the
targeting
fraud
of
to
this
stop.
one community or
I
not?
support the
You think
targeting.
that's the right thing to
I
do?
support the
Or do you
targeting
think
of
that's the
people
wrong thing
engaged
to
in
do?
fraud.
But do you support the targeting of the Somali American community?
If
Why would they
by
let somebody
prejudice
sound like
based on their
come on
ethnicity?
air that sounds
Not what
like
he said.
that?
That's it.
B,
That is precisely what he
if they are
said.
engaged in fraud and because they're American citizens, should that make them immune?
That's a straw man argument.
No.
Just answer the question.
I did.
Should we
I want
target
anyone
people
involved in
based on
fraud
their
to be targeted.
ethnicity?
Anyone involved in fraud.
But not based on their ethnicity.
I want it based on whether they're involved in
Is it
fraud.
so really so hard to answer that question?
Yes.
I
Scott?
want it.
Yes.
I,
Is it
I
so
said
hard
the only
to sit there and say
criteria
we shouldn't target people
the
based on
only
their ethnicity?
criteria I
Can you
have
say
is fraud.
we shouldn't
Can you
target
say-
people based on
can
their
you
ethnicity?
say-
I
can
can
you-
say that.
can
Can
you
you say
say
that?
that-
I can say
I
that.
can say
It
everyone
should not
here
be
can
targeted.
say
Can you
Anyone
say-
who's not a
people based
deplorable
on their
human
ethnicity
being
is
can
bad.
say you
But
shouldn't
Scott
target
Jennings
people.
won't say that. Why won't you say that?
Because
Scott?
I don't agree that that's what's happening.
oh,
I
no,
don't agree with your fallacy. I don't agree with your stupid.
Ad hominem attacks
is-
are the
it is-
lowest form of argument, Scott.
The lowest form
You
of
can call
argument
me
is to come out
stupid.
here and accuse me of some kind of
I know,
race-based
I'm-
argument. There's
I'm
$9 billion
asking you
in
for what you
fraud,
believe.
and you don't care. That's the main
So-
problem.
So look,
That's
we
ridiculous.
hold on a
I think
second.
we've seen
Hold on a
clearly what
second.
Scott thinks about this.
Hold on a
Yeah, I
second.
think we've seen
So
clearly
there are a
that you
couple
don't
of
care about
things.
$9 billion.
Yesterday we
And the fact of the matter is this: members
That's,
of the far left
Waltz.
do
He's
not, in fact,
Harris's
care about
vice
$9
president
billion
pick.
worth of fraud or more, most likely more,
Creepy
across the
dude.
entire country, because they themselves
Weird
are
looking
the
guy.
perpetrators, the creators, and more importantly,
With
the
that stupid face.
beneficiaries of all of this fraud. Which really brings us to the next video that I want all of you to take a look at. This video right this very moment is going
Oh, geez. Be very, very bad. Okay, let's see.
Welcome to 2C TV, your global news channel. I'm Maya 2C, and Happy New Year wherever you are on this beautiful planet. We have a couple of good news stories. First things first, I don't know if you
What?
can hear what's going on outside. I can confirm we are not under attack by the IRGC. We've just had the New Year's Eve celebrations here in London, Stan, and we got fireworks. A bunch of weirdos outside causing chaos. Go back to bed. Second good news, look at this. We've just reached 1,250,000 subscribers.
Oh,
Thank
wow.
you so much
That's
for
an awesome
the
milestone.
support from all around the world. Now let's talk about the Islamic Republic, which is falling apart in front of our eyes. We're going to show you all the videos that we are receiving from inside Iran exclusively. A lot of intel is also coming in towards us. We're going to get your reaction live in the chat as usual. First things first, this is turning out to be a complete disaster for the Islamic Republic in terms of performance of
Good.
a crackdown on any sort of uprising.
a
Every day
plus.
I've been telling you guys over the last 4 days, tomorrow is going to be the full crackdown. Tomorrow the Islamic Republic is going to take control. No, tonight we've had multiple IRGC bases that have now fallen in a number of cities, including Asadabad, Fuladshar, and Ram Hormuz, and of course there is also a lot of other areas that the Iranians have managed to take control of the cities and streets. The Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps militias are nowhere to be seen. There's only a few security guards in every area, but let's go and show you guys all the videos. This is what matters here, and also I think we're getting close to what I promised, which was if the Islamic Republic falls, I will give you guys a 75% discount for 2C TV Plus memberships by visiting
Go.
2C.tv to Iran. Before we show you guys the IRGC bases that have now been set on fire, the most dangerous thing you can do in Iran since 1979 is flying the lion and sun flag of Iran, the original Iranian flag. But people in Iran are now confident. They can just do whatever they want to do on the streets. Watch this guy.
در ده 1584 شاهنشاهی پرچم شیر خورشید در باغ ملک خوزستان برافراشته شد.
This is in
زنده باد
Khuzestan in the south.
مشروطیت. زنده باد ایران. زنده باد
Saying long live
پادشاهی.
Iran, long
زنده
live the
باد باغ
monarchy.
ملک. زنده
This is
باد ایران.
insanity.
رضا رضا
Like,
پهلوی.
where are the
این
security?
اشعار ملی. جاوید شاه. جاوید شاه.
Long live the king, they say. Now, this would have been unbelievable any other day previously until now. But let's go to Hamadan as People have blocked the road and, of course, have taken control of the streets. Let's go and see what's going on there, because there is a very major update that's coming in. The Iranian people have successfully discovered a secret jail, and they have managed to take over and rescue the political prisoners who are in that kind of makeshift, whatever they did with it, this temporary tiny jail that they've discovered. But a lot of people have been kidnapped and taken there, but they have now been freed and liberated. Let's go to Hamadan. There you go, full control of the street. Just sitting there, like there's no tomorrow. Now, what are the main things to mention? If you have been watching our live updates over the last few days, then you know everything that I've said. But just one thing to confirm. The Iranians have had many uprisings since 1979. They've been very optimistic in the past until the crackdown was successful by the IRGC. This time, the fight is still ongoing, still not finished, but I can confidently confirm that no uprising ever in the past has gotten as close to victory as what we are witnessing this week. Still not there yet. The IRGC haven't fallen, but they are definitely falling as we speak, unless there is some sort of miracle for the Islamic Republic tomorrow morning. We are not even sure where they are, because they're not even protecting the streets. So it's a bit of a chaotic situation for the IRGC. At this point, it seems like somebody has given an order to stand down and just not do anything. It's so chaotic. That's the only thing we can see. Not only they're flying the lion and sun flag, which is very illegal, they're also bringing down the Islamic Republic flags with no challenge from the authorities. Watch this. Insanity, guys. Now let's go to the jail that I mentioned in Hamadan. The Iranians discovered this makeshift secret prison, and they were able... There is no security anywhere. This is... it's looking like the easiest uprising ever. Again, I've been saying maybe tomorrow the IRGC will take control, but so far they haven't. So, okay, my flag went down, as usual. There we go. It survived. Next. The Iranians are also burning down the street signs. Now, in case you don't know, since 1979, the Islamic Republic started to change the name of streets and roundabouts, whatever they could find. A lot of them obviously had normal, nice names. Some of them had imperial names, Pahlavi names, and they changed them and turned them into Islamic names. And then a lot of the so-called martyrs, every street turned out to be a martyr's name, basically. And but there are a lot of street names since 2020 that is now called Qasem Soleimani streets. And that's, of course, the former head of the IRGC, who was assassinated a little bit by President Trump in 2020. But guess what people are doing right now? People's priority, they are multitasking. They are liberating people from secret jails. They are bringing down the IRGC bases, but they're also focusing on bringing down the signs, the road signs, and burning them down.
Huh?
They're saying
Iran
king again.
trying to get their Shaw back in place.
Get rid of the strict names. Let's go to Ize.
It's crazy. It's great though. That'll like eliminate the biggest threat we have in the Middle East.
Cry Ali Pahlavi is coming. The
Very good.
Of Iran.
To see in his flag. I'm praying they get their freedom back. Because he says it's 30% Muslim in Iran. It's not even fully Muslim. It's just the minority is in control. They just have guns.
there were a lot of people saying, well, where are the Iranian people? They're supposed to be coming out to do an uprising. But a
Free
lot was happening in the streets. You
Iran
had the
for
military
sure.
defections. You had obviously a
Happy
Mossad
New Year's
operative
Eve,
was
by the
still
way.
there,
Hopefully everybody's
and the
having
Crown
a
Prince
great one.
obviously doing his thing in the background. And I did tell everybody, I said, well, wait,
Gonna hang out
because
for a little
they're
bit
going to have to come up
and
with something. And
watch
at
some
this
videos,
point,
maybe play a couple games,
this
maybe some
just imploded
the wind meets,
because the currency
get a couple
collapsed, the
missions
economy
done.
is not functioning. Everybody was just like, well, let's just go out. It's time. We've been thinking, we've been planning for
Change some
months,
settings on my
gathering
PCs, so
support.
we'll see how that
Let's go.
helped.
And
If
the
it did.
first day started in downtown
More
Tehran.
RAM anyway, at 3600 on the RAM now, so that's good.
Day 2 started to go to big cities. Day 3, yesterday, major cities. Today, everywhere. Even remote islands outside of mainland Iran. Now, a fire has now broken out in Ram Hormuz IRGC governor's building. Let's quickly go and see what's going on over
Doing
there.
good overclock there.
It's coming down, guys. It's coming down. It's also coming home. Let's go to Fulat Shah because there is
53%.
an
Okay.
interesting report
I'll take
coming out.
that.
Again, I don't know if you can hear this. Yeah, we've got noise cancellation, so there is still fireworks outside. We're not under attack. I think if I do, you might be able to hear it. Oh, yeah, we're getting shot at.
Sounds
Flush
just
out, we have
behind the
an interesting
drums.
report coming that military equipment that belongs to the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps has now been set on fire during the uprising in Fulacha. There's footage that's going around, of course, they're showing the IRGC base being set on a fire. Let's go. Wow.
Oh, there it is right there. Wow.
I have one simple question. Ladies and gentlemen, where is Ali Khamenei? Nobody has seen him. Nobody has heard from him in days, almost a couple of weeks now. 2 weeks, over 2 weeks, I think so. Yeah. And since he had medical treatment, apparently, with his private hospital and, well, personal hospital. He's that posh. He's got a personal hospital. And we don't know if he's even alive. To be fair, there are some conspiracy theories that it's just theories. One of the reasons that right now we're not really getting any consistent crackdown by the regime is because he's probably dead and nobody knows who should be calling the shots. So the security are just winging it on the streets. Every now and then they try to shoot people with rubber bullets, use water cannons and, you know, whatever they do, and just run away. There is a theory, but again, there's no indication that he's dead. But that's the only thing that makes sense. That there is no leader. That's the only thing that makes sense right now. So I don't know. He's going to come out in a few days' time and say, "Hey, I'm alive," probably. But right now he's hiding in a bunker. Now people have also taken over the IRGC's Basiji base in Asadabad. Let's go and see what's going on there. This is chaos. Death to Khamenei, they say. This is what a revolution looks like. This is crazy, absolute insanity. I don't understand how they've managed to lose this level of control, but people are becoming even more confident. The pro-monarchy chants for the Crown Prince started almost immediately, but smaller crowds. Now every single crowd, every single city and town that we are seeing, people are chanting in favor of the Crown Prince, but people in Iran are frustrated right now. They are very angry because they know what's going on or what's not going on, which is the global media, the mainstream media around the world, who have just started to technically report, and they are saying protests in Iran. You know, the cost of living crisis, the economic protests, right? They're not telling the truth about the movement in favor of the Crown Prince. So do you know what they're doing now? In Iran, people are chanting in English to make it easy for the media to understand King Reza Pahlavi in English.
King Reza Pahlavi, 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 King Reza Pahlavi.
I think it's quite clear whose side they're on. If the media are going to continue to ignore the truth about what's happening inside Iran, doesn't matter, because Tusi TV, we are still beating all the ratings from the mainstream. We have about 20,000 people right now watching us live, thanks to our small team who have been supporting us, of course, and all our sources from all around the world. We continue to be your go-to geopolitical news channel on this platform. Now, fights continue. Let's go to Farsan and, of course, other parts of the country. Let's go to that area, see what's going on. They're chanting death to the dictator.
Rock.
Winning. Winning once again. Now, Buali Square in Hamadan has now fallen into the hands of the people. Hamadan is not too far from Tehran as well, but let's go and see what's happening over there. People are out there celebrating total control of the streets, the center of Hamadan. Yeah, she's saying they're shooting at some people the other side. Again, they're probably rubber bullets. And that's also fireworks. So that's not the police, that's... Oh, no, that was tear gas. That was tear gas. There we go, that was tear gas.
Yeah.
Not fireworks, that's tear gas. And so that aside, did somebody just say, Seth says, Tusi, has anyone told you that you should narrate audiobooks? I don't want to give you a headache. Let's go to another small town, city, this time Arak, which is not too far from the capital. It has also been taken over by the Iranians, the anti-Islamic occupation Iranians.
It's awesome. Well, I think the issue that they can't put it down is because the Houthis and Hamas and the other rebel groups that they've brought into uprising are really, really weak at this point. Like, if they lose any of their forces to come quench this
now, there is
riot and
of what's going to happen next
rebellion,
tomorrow.
They will lose a lot of territory,
and they will continue the fight back. But having said that, there is also a huge problem when it comes to the conversation about the military, because the role of the military here is extremely important. A lot of them have said that they have defected. There was a conversation about people saying that a lot of the people you're seeing on the street are the ones who were part of the IRGC's Basij unit. And over the last couple of years, we've been seeing a lot of videos from these guys who were showing their membership cards, and they were burning them or basically defecting without showing their faces, right? So a lot of people are saying that so many of the guys that you see on the streets are the former IRGC guys who defected anyway. And that's also why you're not seeing enough members of the IRGC on the streets. They're also, the other reason is also because the IRGC officials are also at the military bases, not on the streets, because they are expecting an imminent war with Israel and the United States. So it seems like what President Trump said a couple of days ago about giving a green light to Israel wasn't just a literal thing, an actual green light, but even the narrative, the rhetoric coming from the president scared them. Now they're all on standby. Last night they did a test for a ballistic missile, and today
the ballistic missile
they're
test.
nowhere to be seen. So we'll find out soon. But let's go to Lorestan in Iran. The Iranians have also reached the IRGC's governor's offices, chanting, "This is the year of blood, and Khamenei will be overthrown. This is the last battle. Pahlavi will return." Let's go to Lorestan. This is the year of blood.
Kids.
Pahlavi will return. This is unprecedented. It's insane. So while that's going on, if we go to Karaj, which is to the west of the capital in Tehran, people have total control of those areas, but just going around chanting Reza Pahlavi and nobody is doing anything. The reason for this is because they're actually doing it right to the faces of the IRGC. And again, there are smaller numbers. There are about 10, 15, 20 in every area, every corner, which is really embarrassing. In the past, they've had about 50 to 100 in every corner of the streets. But the security forces, they're just standing there and they're trying to push people away or whatever. They seem to be all over the place, and people just looking at them and saying Reza Pahlavi, which is very, very treasonous in Iran. Look at them. There's like 4 security officers just standing there. They can't control anybody. People are just chanting Reza Pahlavi. There's another one just walking in the middle of the street for no reason. What are they doing? Those guys are police officers as well down there. Have they been told not to do anything? Are they all incompetent suddenly? Not sure. But let's go to the north as well. It's chaotic that the northern parts of the country, which is kind of mountainous, and not much really happens there. It's just for holiday. You just drive up the mountains and then you get to the seaside, Caspian Sea. It's usually very peaceful, very quiet. It's kicking off. Yeah, people are out everywhere. And I think that's also the other reason that the IRGC are nowhere to be seen, is because they are being spread around. Literally, they've been telling them, 5 of you go there, 10 of you go there, and then somebody calls them saying, oh, the other town has fallen. 5 of you go there. They don't have enough to just send everybody in one place. Usually, the previous uprisings mostly happen in the capital, in Tehran. So they could send all the IRGC security in one place, shoot everybody, go home. Not this time. Let's go to Rasht in the north. Those are the security bikes, the IRGC bikes. Staying in the north of Iran, Babel as well has fallen. Absolute chaos on the streets. So let's go and see what's going on there. And then I'm going to get some reaction in the live chat. We got the IRGC supporters in Iran who have access to the internet. They are the exceptions, of course. We have one who wants to talk to a troll. Navid, haha. He's saying, everybody hates Pahlavi in Iran. The sounds are fake. It's all AI, guys. It's all the Jews, Jewish AI. Don't BS. We are here at the scene. Sure, darling. It's okay. Go back to your mummy's house. I'm sure she's going to cook you some nice meal and go to bed. It's a little bit late for you, baby. Now, while this guy is going to go find some new therapists, let's go to the south of the country, the island of Gesh, which is not too far from the UAE.
I wanted to see
Dubai.
this island.
People are out.
They've gotten it like fully taken over.
IRGC official in sight because they forgot to send people to the islands because they were like, who's going to do an uprising in the middle of the island? Well, these guys. Total control. Crazy times, guys. Crazy times.
That is
we have a crazy Mohammed.
nuts. I'm sure it's beautiful down there.
Palestine, bless Iran. Yeah, you can F off. Yes, no. No Gaza, no Lebanon. Their lives is only for Iran. Now, the regime have now officially imported the Arab proxies to come and target the Iranian people. The first evidence that we've received is from Kurdash. And the person filming this, the eyewitness, says that these guys don't even speak Persian. They got paid to kill the Iranian youth. And of course, calling them names, bastards and everything. We don't know where they brought them from. Let's go to Kurdash.
دوران سرگذشت تا میگه خونخوار جنرالتر حکومت بیشترش اصلا ایرانی اصلا فارسی صحبت نمیکنن.
They're not Iranian. They don't speak Persian, he says.
که جوانای ایرانی رو بزنن نابود کنن به خاطر پول. این بی پدر مادرای حرومزاده معلومی از اینا رو از کجا میارن.
So, the fascinating part about this is that while the people themselves in the background chanting the police, security, support us. Having said that, there is also the situation with the fact that a number of the police officers have already come out with their megaphones saying, we understand your concerns, we're on your side. Now, they didn't do anything about it. We showed you the videos in the previous live stream. They didn't necessarily defect or join, but they just stood there. I don't get it. Is this fear? A couple of days ago, I would have told you it's some sort of dirty tactic to get everybody out. But everybody's out now. Where is the proper crackdown? Now, while they are losing control, Mosh Cohen from Israel says, 2026, the lion roars. Let's effing go. Who wants to see...
That was loud.
Oh, Ali. Is that Goldie? Yes, it is. Goldie. Saying, Happy New Year, Maya. Armin and I are sharing your live stream on our own channels right now because we were streaming already. Thank you for everything that you are doing for Iran.
Yep.
Thank you so much. Here we go. Oh, Canada. She's in Canada, that's why. Yeah. I'm not just randomly praising the Canadians. Do you have any updates on the Iranian army generals who publicly defected and declared their loyalty to Reza Pahlavi a month ago? Are they in prison? So we didn't receive any updates since then about them being captured. So my thought is that they probably afterwards they went into hiding. They can't go back home because they literally declared loyalty to the crown. It's a guilty thing to do. And but the Iranian regime didn't say publicly if they arrested them. They would have loved it. They would have loved to brag.
They would brag about that.
Them. So I think they're probably in hiding right now. Or right now they might be on the streets. We don't know exactly what's going on with those guys. A lot of people are questioning us, asking what happened to the thousands and thousands of the military who said that they have defected, unless something is about to happen. We don't know. So far, nothing has happened. Unless they're doing their job behind the scenes. Again, if you're going into a rabbit hole, if you're going to go full on Candace Owens, maybe the military are already doing things behind the scenes that is paralyzed the IRGC. I don't know, but I have no evidence. So Iran is Buddhist, Muslim. What?
Stupid. That's a stupid comment.
Okay, fair enough. Maya, my dear, thanks for everything. What good news for the Persians and other Iranians, let's not forget. May God bless you and your brave people for being an honest news reporter. And thank you for also covering the truth about us Jews. Oh, you Jews, naughty Jews. Also, speaking of the Jews, where the hell is Israel? Come on, IDF. Yes, thank you so much. Thank you, David. And there's more updates coming in. We're just double checking. I'm waiting for the team to verify the latest. Okay, we'll get back to that in a second. I wonder if the confused security forces are actually the ones who have secretly defected, but are not yet getting the directives from the Crown Prince Pahlavi to turn around and make their defections. That's another conspiracy theory as well. We can go into all the rabbit holes.
A lot of conspiracy theories could happen right now.
What we are seeing is just insanity on the streets. Margareta says, a Happy New Year from Malta, dear Maya. According to World Israel News, fourth military Russian aircraft landed in Tehran during the last 48 hours. Are you kidding me with this? Should I check the... What is going on? Hang on. Let me just... I mean, that was 48 hours ago, but just for the sake of it, you know what we're going to do, ladies and gentlemen? We're going to go live. That was a very loud live. To our lovely, lovely flight radar. Here we go. And I forgot to turn off the filters. That's not good, is it? Get rid of the filters. The level of professionalism on this channel. All right, get rid of this. Right, so, okay, let's just... What is going on with the flights? Oh, through phase early in the morning, I guess. Look at all these flights going this way. There's a lot of commercial flights. over Iraq, Kuwait. They're all avoiding Iran. This is fascinating. Literally, a lot of them are just literally in a queue, in one straight line, right behind it. Coincidentally, all these flights are coming from the exact same place, going to the exact same place. Don't think that's the case, by the way. So that's the current situation with the live map of Iran, their flight radar. I'm going to keep an eye on, and we're going to have a look at the military and government flight records over the last few hours. What does a successful uprising look like? Meaning, how does a regime change actually play out in this scenario? So, you gotta wing it. I'm kidding. Obviously, no one's ever thought about what's gonna happen before the transition. Everyone knows about what's gonna happen after they leave. So Iran is not Libya or Syria or Iraq. There's not going to be any vacuum. There are no militant militias or anywhere like ISIS or whatever. It's just the people versus the Islamic occupation. And everybody knows what the plan is. Transition period, you're going to have a referendum, and then you can choose whether you want constitutional monarchy, whether you want republic, whether you want to be a hippie, or whatever you want to do in the country. And but before that, there are different scenarios. So you could have, technically on paper, the IRGC leaders just not telling anybody but fleeing the country. You could technically have the leaders of the IRGC getting captured by the Iranian people on the street, like Gaddafi. Again, theoretically, on paper. I don't think they're stupid enough to get caught, because that would be really embarrassing for them. There could be an agreement over the phone, just like between Maduro and President Trump, where they could say, can we just fly, like Assad, can we just fly to Moscow, for example? There are different versions of this, but until now, I would have said you're going to have to drag them out. But with this level of absolutely embarrassing performance by the IRGC over the last 4 days, I wouldn't be surprised if somehow the people who say they've defected from the military at the top go and capture them. That is a highly likely scenario. If they do exist, we still haven't seen them. They're top ones. Do you think the IRGC are holding off to be able to defend just in case the US and Israel attack? That's what I said as well. That's one of the theories, that a lot of the top, basically, IRGC people are in military bases right now. The air defense systems and, of course, the ballistic missile sites, they're going to have to move them around. But surely you will have enough minions, and, you know, the IRGC Basij unit, these are the young people that they have. They could just send them out. Where are they?
Yeah.
Where are happening? Maybe tomorrow. I've been saying that every day, by the way. Maybe tomorrow. Marsh says the pig alley is dead. Long live the king. That's the other theory as well, that he's dead and there's no need. But that's just a weird coincidence.
Perfect
that he
timing.
died as the uprising started.
Yeah.
There's a lot of theories. Probably best to ask Candace Owens. George Galloway and Jeremy Corbyn must be crying now. Yes, my thoughts and prayers to George Galloway, Jeremy Corbyn, Tucker Carlson, and the state of Qatar. Anyway, is this going to end up into Syria? What is the full timeline of events? Excuse my ignorance. Where is the Prime Minister and Supreme Leader? They don't have Prime Minister, they have President, who is even more useless as a Prime Minister as a role. No, as I said, Iran is not like Syria, or it's not a tribal country, and they don't have militias. So they're just going to have to, it's going to be more like like Poland and those type of countries where after the fall of the Soviet Union, or the Republic of Korea, although the Americans had to stay in Korea, beat up a lot of people, until the Koreans said, okay, fine, we'll do democracy. That was different. But yeah, it's just the people versus the occupiers. Daniel says, any word on whether soldiers are changing sides? Yes, same as the one previously. Nothing visible. No, nothing visible. But going to the rabbit hole of conspiracy theories that, oh, where is everybody? I don't know. Are the protesters getting arms with those bases? We don't have any evidence of that. So far,
It looks like they're just burning it down.
They're just burning everything down. So I'm not sure.
Be smart if they got arms from it, but I don't know that they would did.
If you find them, unless they've already moved everything away, because they haven't said anything about when they captured these IRGC Basij bases. nobody has said that they've also arrested IRGC members. So I'm assuming that at that
True.
point, the IRGC members have already abandoned those buildings, which means that they've already taken everything. They've probably already taken all the equipment, so that they're not going to be stupid enough to leave that. Robert, thank you for your generous super chat, saying freedom from the IRGC in 2026 for Iran. Happy New Year, Christians. Thank you so much, Robert. And of course, if you want to fully support this channel, but get more out of this, do you know what you can do? Well, you can become a member of 2CTV Plus and download the 2CTV app, of course, from your app stores. But the best thing you can actually do right now is right here. There we go. Scan the QR code or visit 2c.tv, our independent streaming service, where you get access to all our exclusive documentaries, our chat forum, our interviews, our original series, and something else. My brain doesn't work anymore. But just go on 2c.tv and you'll get full access. Terry says, what do you think sleeper cells do now in the UK? Let's not forget the sleeper cells connected to the IRGC only operate based on an order coming from the top. They are slightly different to, for example, Al-Qaeda or ISIS. They are paid minions of the IRGC, and if you take down the king, the minions fall apart. There will still be a couple of them who will blow up every now and then, but that's the fault of our Western liberal stupid leaders who started having open borders without checking people's backgrounds. Yeah. And it says hit the like button. Thank you so much. I'm still fascinated by those planes, by the way.
Yeah.
They're all avoiding Iran, coincidentally. There hasn't been any official order about the airspace, but it's just a coincidence that those planes are just forming a line. The Persian Empire rise again. Standing with the
Well, I don't even think they're flying over top of it because they don't want to get shut down by accident.
Downvoted the video. They won't stop the Iranian people. Lucky Leo says NGO groups funded by government funds should be banned, of course. The Ayatollah is getting his diapers changed. Don't want to think about his bottom, but thanks for that. The police will join the people to live in a brave new Iran. So again, if I could do my predictions again, I don't do predictions, but I do now apparently, because it's not really a prediction. I just sit on the fence because I don't know what's going to happen. So I'm going to give you two scenarios again, as I've been doing over the last few days. Tomorrow, there should technically be heavy presence, right, by the IRGC and now the Arab proxies from early morning, although they're probably tired now. There should be. Smaller crowds should come out and then crack down, right? But I have a feeling people will come out again. If tomorrow is as chaotic as today for the regime, you will perhaps start seeing more signs of either defections or the police, for example, right in the middle of the street, taking off their uniforms. I know that's dramatic, it's very Hollywood, probably Bollywood, but something like that. You know, there's no guarantee, but if tomorrow is like today, or maybe the next day, if they continue to be consistent, there will be some new visible signs of something, whether it's the split at the top, infighting at the top of the regime, or the military. I don't know what's going to happen. Or perhaps Israel will just use this opportunity to hit the ballistic missile sites. You never know. If it doesn't happen, then the momentum will go away again. It's happened before. The momentum will wear off, and there will be some crackdown and people will go home again. Doesn't mean they're happy, but they will be defeated if the momentum goes. Thank you for that. And Terry says, do you think the IRGC is going to make a stand in Tehran? Well, they haven't so far, so I'm not sure.
Okay, you're holding it the wrong way.
The last few days. Who needs the mainstream media? Spread it far and wide on all social media platforms. The lion and sun will rise again. That is very true. Mustard says, it's just the people against the Islamic occupation. We need this all over the world. Well, Spain started this 500 years ago.
Phone? I have it.
The flight
I gotta get up and pee here shortly.
A week ago. Thanks for that.
Can you wait for me to come back after I pee?
Zion needs a checkup.
Okay, I'm gonna go to the bathroom.
Freedom to Iranians, and may Lebanon follow.
I
hope so.
Yeah. We'll be right back.
And I don't want to get...
Okay, we're back. Single. If you want to. If you want to. Yeah, if you want to.
Like a gnome.
Like a gnome.
Yeah, like a gnome.
Like a gnome to hold it? Like a gnome holder?
Yeah, like a gnome. Like a gnome.
Let's see. Where are my gnome holders?
No, not a gnome holder. Not gnome holder. That's it, mine. That's so tiny. How do you print that?
On the printer.
You do.
It's Flippy. Okay, that's over.
Viral with tens of millions of views all across the country. Elon Musk himself was reposting this video earlier this morning because right now, ladies and gentlemen, to be honest, our country, I don't know if you've noticed, is sort of sitting on a razor's edge. Take a look at this.
Very much so.
I want to talk about how the average American is starting to feel as major corruption is being exposed, especially now with the case in Minnesota and the daycare fraud. This is not just about money being stolen anymore. It's about a growing feeling that being a good citizen, being a hardworking person, paying your taxes may not
Then
be
paying off.
People are starting to feel stupid. They think, well, I'm here, I'm playing by the rules, I am working hard, I'm providing for my family, I'm doing the hard work, and I'm the idiot. You see the memes online and we laugh, like, oh, me on my way to work thinking that I should have just opened a daycare center in Minnesota and made millions. And again, it is funny, but it's also deeply sad because the next thing is, why am I even doing this? And that's the part that no one wants to talk about because this kind of feeling shapes culture. I come from Brazil, as you know, and in Brazil we have this thing we call the Brazilian way, which is the idea that there's always a shortcut, there's always a loophole, a way to take advantage of a situation. And people think it comes out of nowhere. Oh, it's just the Brazilian way of living. No, this comes from years of Brazilian people being robbed and nothing being done with the thieves. So we now think that survival means cheating the system before it cheats you. Eventually, people stop believing that being honest is rewarded. When a society teaches its citizens that being honest makes you a loser, well, that's really dangerous. You don't just lose money. You lose trust. You lose dignity. You lose the culture that holds it all together. And once
All the
that's
colors.
gone, it's really hard to get back.
And so, ladies and gentlemen,
Or
it's
soap.
all of that, which is why it's really such a big deal that now, finally, at long last, we actually have a president in the White House sitting in the Oval Office who's willing to stand up, say enough is enough, get down to work, do all of the hard work, and ultimately shut down all of this fraud, waste, corruption, abuse, and deport all of these criminal delinquent immigrants back to whatever country they came from. Because as all of you know, that is what it's going to take to finally put America first.
Send them all back. Let them make Somalia great again.
How do you know that all the allegations that you're making are true?
We showed you guys what was happening, and then you guys can go ahead and make your own analysis.
We're coming so we can make our own analysis. Are you 100% sure you're true?
Yeah, I am 100% sure I'm true.
We reached out to several of the daycares featured in the now viral video. Only one daycare facility answered and said they are a legitimate business.
This is just brutal. Ladies and gentlemen, the mainstream media attempted to play cover-up for the Somali fraudsters stealing billions of dollars from Minnesota taxpayers. CNN tried to debunk Nick Shirley's claims, confronting him in person, and they quickly realized, through their own experiment, that Nick Shirley is completely right. Everyone knows exactly what's happening here. No one's convinced that the Quality Leering Center isn't fraudulent because they tried to correct the mistake.
It's about 10:15 out here outside the Quality Luring Center on a Tuesday night. Got 10 Somalis out here trying to fix their misspelled street name.
We'll see how much success they have there.
12 o'clock midnight.
It's now about midnight outside the Quality Luring Center, and as you can see, unfortunately, no luck getting that sign finished. Maybe tomorrow, but they have cool open flags now. Look at that, now open, because apparently they were closed. All right, a little update here. After 14 hours, the 10-plus military-aged men from the Quality Luring Center have been unsuccessful in figuring out how to take the stickers off their address sign to correct the spelling. So they just went ahead and put up 8.5 by 11 sheets of paper to spell the street address right. This is exactly who you want your kids to be luring from right here.
They think we're stupid or something, man. And no one's gonna think the Somalis are the real victims because they did a juicy smollett. They faked a break-in. Let me guess, when that daycare was getting broken into, they said, "This is MAGA country." Even the Somalis are admitting the fraud is real.
If childcare is cut, I'm unable to work or go to school. I understand fraud is bad.
That's big.
That's what happens when the truth overcomes the lies.
Mhm.
The best Freudian slip ever. Here's CNN confronting Nick Shirley and realizing he's actually spot on.
CNN's Whitney Wild speaks to the man behind that video and takes a look at his claims.
We're from CNN. Can we talk to you? This is MAGA YouTuber Nick Shirley. Back at a daycare in Minnesota, he alleged was a fraudulent facility in a now viral video.
People are going to say this is a left or right issue, but no, fraud is fraud. And so I'm not out here trying to put a twist on things.
Shirley's viral video, released over the weekend, in which he says he's uncovering tens of millions of dollars in fraud at Minneapolis daycares run by the Somali community, was retweeted by Elon Musk and Vice President J.D. Vance. In the video, Shirley tries to open locked doors and talk to people at various daycares he claims are frauds. Did you come during their normal operating hours when you came to visit?
I came at 11 a.m., I believe, and I also came the following day, later in the day. The point of it is not whether or not I came at the right time of their operation hours. The point is that blacked out doors, they can't give you any information. You call that number, no one answers. I wasn't trying to go inside, and there should be a way for somebody to actually be able to call that number and somebody be able to answer. These aren't real businesses.
But surely you don't think a daycare should just be unlocked. You shouldn't be able to just walk into a
There
daycare.
should be a reception.
No, every daycare is locked.
Well, keep that in mind, because it's going to be debunked very soon in this video. Nick Shirley is saying there should be reception, but let's give them the benefit of the doubt. If the physical doors are locked, but they're still real businesses, then surely calling them would work. Keep that in mind.
Their doors are locked.
And so, okay, you bring up a fair point. Then why can't they actually give me information how to enroll a child?
Federal law enforcement has been investigating fraud in Minnesota for several years. Both Attorney General Pam Bondi and FBI Director Kash Patel said on social media they've indicted dozens of defendants. DHS has posted multiple videos of agents they say are conducting a massive fraud investigation. Do you think that federal law enforcement hasn't done enough? I mean, they would say, look, these fraud cases have been going on, but they've already done like 80 indictments. The cases have been going on, for years.
And why did I show up one day in Minnesota and go to all these daycares, no children, they're receiving millions of dollars. We uncovered nearly $110 million in fraud in one day.
How do you know that all the allegations that you're making are true?
How do I know that they're true? Well, we showed you guys what was happening, and then you guys can go ahead and make your own analysis.
We're coming so we can make our own analysis. Are you 100% sure you're true?
Yeah, I am 100% sure I'm true.
CNN is looking into Shirley's claims.
Hi, my name's Whitney Wild. I'm a correspondent for CNN.
We reached out to several of the daycares featured in the now viral video. Only one daycare facility answered and said they are a legitimate business.
Okay, so they reached out to several daycares. They're supposed to be legitimate businesses, and only one of them answered. This is just brutal. There's even more I want to show you, but I want to do something right here, right now, live. I'm going to search the nearest daycare, see if they answer. Here we go. Here we go.
Kid City, this is Teresa.
Hey, my name is George. I'm wondering how I can enroll someone there.
Yeah, so we like to come in and see the facility. And then if you're wanting to enroll a kiddo, it is a $100 enrollment fee. What age is your kiddo?
6.
6?
Yeah.
Okay. Are you trying to do before and after care, or is kiddo already in kindergarten?
Already there, but doing like after school stuff, if that's what you guys do.
Oh no. So our facility does not do after school. I wish. But
Okay.
we do not.
Okay. All right.
I'm sorry.
Okay. Well, thank you anyways.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yep. Bye. I'm not editing this. That's how real daycares work. A little bit of an embarrassing moment because I don't know what the ages are. I said 6 years old. I don't know who goes to daycares and who doesn't.
3, 4,
Notice how
5.
they answered and gave me information. But if I call a Somali one, like, come on, bruh. Speak English. So that was CNN. Here's another instance of the fake news getting owned by the facts. The local CBS station in Minnesota thought they were debunking Nick Shirley, but they actually ended up proving him right.
Is this daycare committing fraud?
No, we're not committing fraud.
Hassan showed us security footage from the same day Shirley was here. According to the timestamps in the videos, this woman takes a young child into the center at around 9 a.m. that day, about 3 hours before Shirley arrives at the door closer to the street. Within the hour after Shirley leaves, a woman arrives at the other door with a stroller. A larger family heads inside a few hours later.
So they verified 4 children going to that daycare. What if I told you that the facts are that this daycare is licensed for 40 children? They are getting federal tax dollars to take care of 40 kids. 4 is a tenth of that. Get owned again. This lady right here is going viral for proving Nick Shirley right. She made a TikTok saying for all the people that are saying they wouldn't let Nick Shirley in the daycare, let me take you to my son's daycare with me, giving everyone a view of what a legitimate daycare is supposed to do.
So let me take you guys, for all the people in Minnesota that are not aware, I'm at my son's school right now. Let's walk in. All right, so I'm gonna go to this front door right here, right? For all the people that are like, oh, we wouldn't just let randoms in. Well, you can't just let randoms in because it's locked, right? So what am I gonna do? I'm gonna ring this bell right here. They're gonna let me in. You see how that works? They see me. Hi, guys. All right, just in case nobody. And also, if I need a brochure, for the daycare, nobody handed Nick Shirley a brochure. Nobody handed Nick Shirley a brochure. Hey, how are you guys? Hey, yeah, nobody handed Nick Shirley a brochure. Hello, how are you? Thank you. How was he today? Okay, good. Oh, I didn't even notice. If I want a business card, I can get a business card too, guys. See how that works? I walk out, the door automatically locks. Also, sorry guys, if I need something, there's something right here that I could get. You feel me? So this is what I'm telling you. Why did none of those daycare owners offer Nick Shirley? Come on, babe. You ready? Why didn't I say bye, boys? Offer Nick Shirley a brochure. Say bye to your friends. Bye. It's cold, y'all. His hands are gonna be frozen. That's all I'm saying, y'all. Nick Shirley's not crazy. They could have handed him a brochure.
They're committing fraud.
Yeah, like she said, it's not crazy. When you walk into any business, even if they can't serve you, they should be handing you information. But Nick Shirley's going in there and it's like a war zone. Don't come in, no. Slamming doors on him. I don't care if he has a camera. This is the United States. People record all the time. You don't even know who he is. If anything, with the camera, you should feel an incentive to be extra nice, because you don't know where that's going to end up. What if it's local news raising awareness about the great Somali daycares? Great joke for me. The great Somali daycares in Minneapolis. But time and time again, at every location, the common denominator is doors getting slammed in his face, people saying, this is not daycare. And remember, what did the locals in the area say? We have not seen kids around here. You know, it wouldn't shock me if the Somalians put it in their group chats that, hey guys, we need some kids.
Yep, that's exactly what they did.
Now's the time to bring some kids around here, because we look bad on the news and they organize that community effort to bring kids to that daycare. And that's why we need unannounced inspections. Even the leftists who are defending the Somalis are accidentally admitting the truth.
And I do see some signs over here that say stop fraud, and I agree, stop it. There are wait lists for these programs that are years long. There is fraud
She forgot for a second. She's supposed to be defending the Somalis. Yeah, we need some major prosecutions. And Nick Shirley is just getting started. New fraud tours.
Are there certain places you're targeting next?
Yeah, I have a whole list of places I want to go next, especially with the fraud. So me and David will be going to more cities. I'm gonna bring David because David's the man, dude. Everyone loved him.
Tell me why.
But he's super smart, and he just cares about the country, and he cares about law being upheld. And fraud is fraud. Like, it's so annoying that you have people receiving millions of dollars. Meanwhile, we are all working so hard just to give our sometimes even half of our check to the government, right? And so we'll be going to more places. When you have a place like California where they just lose $24 billion, it needs to be investigated. People deserve to know where they're going, especially when it's affecting your quality of life if you're living in California.
Yeah, there's no question about it. By the way, Theo Vaughn yesterday, did you see what he tweeted yesterday?
Yeah, he's like, why are we paying taxes?
Why are we paying taxes? Right? If you're paying taxes, it's because you want to see good happen with the taxes that you're paying.
Yeah.
He's going everywhere.
The
The Somalis are shivering in their timbers. And they should be, because they've been stealing billions of dollars from the American taxpayer, and it's time to put an end to it. Thank you all very much for watching. God bless and goodbye.
Got the daycares in my area.
Came up with a thought experiment that showed
All right,
quantum
fine.
mechanics breaks one of the most sacred principles in physics, that nothing can go faster than the speed of
Israel's next-gen sea weapon, the Blue Spear. Well, I do want to play some games.
We are learning of an elaborate heist in Germany where thieves used a drill to break into a bank vault. Police
some
say an
Ocean's 8
estimated
stuff.
30 million euros in cash, jewelry,
Holy cow.
and gold is missing from the safety deposit boxes. Stephanie London is live in London.
A lot of money.
Stephanie Bennett's live in London with the latest. Stephanie, how many people have been impacted?
Hey, Mike, good morning. Yeah, well, bank and police officials, they say around 2,700 customers have been impacted. No arrests have been made, and the suspects are still on the run. Take a look at some of this footage. Panicked customers, they gathered outside to demand answers from officials. About 3,000 safety deposit boxes were broken into, making up more than 95%
Wow.
of the
Holy
bank's
cow.
inventory. Police believe the theft is worth between $11 and $105 million, as the boxes contained cash, jewelry, gold, among other items. One man has been a customer for 25 years and says his retirement savings were inside his deposit box.
I didn't sleep last night. No information is coming out. No one is coming out. All they need to do is put up a sign which safe deposit boxes are affected. Not everyone is affected, but there is no information. They are not coming outside. It's sad. It'll be a bloody new year, to put it bluntly.
Police say a fire alarm first alerted them to the bank shortly before 4 a.m. Monday. They didn't find a fire, but a massive hole in the wall and the vault ransacked. Using a large drill to break through that wall, police believe the suspects gained access from an adjacent underground parking garage. Video surveillance then showed several masked thieves escape in an Audi RS6.
First of all, we would like to express our deepest regret that we are only able to communicate this information so late. The police were on site until yesterday afternoon and secured the scene. Evidence was secured, so we were unable to enter the room ourselves.
And bank officials say each individual box was only insured for about $12,000 unless a customer got private insurance separately. Mike?
Good boy.
That's
Thanks very much.
horrible.
Hey everyone, I'm Emily Campagno.
Ouch.
Catch me and my co-hosts Harris Faulkner and Kaylee McEnany on Outnumbered.
It's way more insured over here, isn't it? $100,000 or something like that. Oh,
Egg yolks are one of the easiest ways to get omega-3, and omega-3 is a phenomenal anti-inflammatory for humans. And so you just let those yolks burst in your mouth. It'll do a lot of good for your body. Russia has deployed its new nuclear-capable Oreshnik hypersonic missile system at a former airbase in Belarus, according to satellite imagery and official statements.
The system is designed to hit targets across much of Europe at high speeds and variable trajectories, and that makes
Yeah, it can hit all of
intercepting
Europe.
them very difficult. Moscow frames the deployment as part of its Union state defense posture. NATO governments are seeing it as a qualitative shift in the threat
He's a
from
naughty
Belarusian
dog.
territory. Supporters in Moscow argue that stationing advanced missiles in
He
Belarus
does funny
strengthens
tricks,
deterrence against NATO and balances what they describe as
he's a
growing
properly-
Western militarization on Russia's borders. They portray the move as a sovereign response to NATO
Hey, if you tell
expansion
my mind
and
is
missile
soda.
defense deployments. Critics in NATO states warn the deployment lowers warning times, raises nuclear risk for European capitals, and further erodes the already fragile arms
I
control
need a soda.
framework.
Come on.
Belarusian opposition figures say it cements their country
I need a
as
soda.
a forward
Can you
nuclear
come on?
outpost for Moscow, increasing the danger to Belarus if any future conflict erupts. So there's some news you didn't know.
This is why you don't argue without knowing the facts.
Andrew, when I look at your eyes, even when you walked in here, there's rage behind it.
Rage?
Yeah, you have rage. You're skeptical always, and a look that you trust nobody.
In this industry, you can't trust anybody. One of the few people in this industry that I do trust, you probably know Steven Crowder. I saw what these people did to him, and I saw what the people who were supposedly on my side did to him. I call them the Sewing Circle Christians. And I remember when that video came out, that they spread it everywhere. His political enemies, his bitch ex-wife, all of them just spread it everywhere. He's an abuser, he's a this, he's a that. And I'm like, I remember watching that video and thinking, it ain't even that bad. I was like, man, I've been in worse fights than that with my old lady. What are you talking about, right?
I actually agree.
Over way more petty stuff. You know what I mean?
Yep.
How could you defend an abuser? How could you do this? And I'm thinking, shut up, you lying snake.
This is why you don't argue without knowing the facts.
Andrew.
I wanted to dress kind of nice today, so.
This plumber had no idea what they were doing because they just cut right through our floor joist in order to do.
I like pink, but
Tactical nuke incoming!
Good then.
The Quran says, when you, the Muslim, are in doubt, talk to the...
Hassan isn't a fan of the idea that Nick Shirley went out there and exposed all this fraud because he rushed to Twitter to say, I don't know what kind of fraud
just
Somalis and daycares
ripping
are
at the
doing, but I
coattails
think
of
it's a separate
Nick
crime
Shirley.
to try and storm with a camera into daycare with kids in it. And the most ridiculous part about this is he didn't storm into a daycare with kids in it. He stormed into a empty building that says they provide daycare with absolutely zero kids. Because I can say wholeheartedly, if there were children in there, Nick wasn't shoving a camera in their face. He was just asking the adults, how do I enlist my kid into this?
And they were saying, no, no, no.
I have a son named Joey. Let him in there. But here we have a son oversimplifying the situation to try to have a dunk on him, saying, alluding that Nick was just trying to record the daycares, and the daycare owners are trying to protect the kids. Like, this is the most ridiculous take on
Do you
this
want to take
ever,
it to
but
the
obviously
table, or you want to hold it?
Expect much out of him. I like how Nick replied
You want to keep
to
it on the
saying,
holder?
people like this communist literally shock their dogs and complain about America 24/7, and when someone actually leaves their room to do something, wait for it, they then defend the criminals. And that's what it is. That's his whole shtick, is there's a minority doing something and the white man's doing something. I'm always going to take the side of the minority. He even openly said it. It's like, oh, if you don't know what your side you're on with political discourse, just figure out what side America's on and just take the opposite side. And I would bring up the clip right now, but that's exactly what he said before. The crazy part is everybody was reposting this, but so Actual Justice Warrior said in reply to the daycare and Nick was storming with the camera, is this quote, "It's amazing how much leftist discourse is just them pretending to not understand things, thus making discourse impossible." And that's exactly what it is. It's him trying to
not
play
understanding.
stupid and trying to reframe what happened. Nick went to places saying, "Hey, I want healthcare. How can you provide me healthcare?" And nobody knew what he was talking about. He then saw a local saying, "Hey, what are you doing?" He's like, "Hey, they say there's 91 kids in this facility. have you ever seen kids inside? He said no. He said, how do I enroll my son Joey? Nobody had any clue as to how you can enroll a new kid in this school. They called the police on him. They escorted him out. The Somalians started recording him on the cell phone. He then was being followed around in the community. And then finally he was asking the people that say they work there, where are the kids? That's the real story. But he tried to oversimplify it and say into this bumper sticker logic, he was trying to storm daycares with kids in it. There were no kids. That's what the problem was. But again, he's trying to pretend to not understand things, making discourse impossible. But Hassan's reply to Nick's reply was saying, I traveled around the world and went to numerous protests, but since I wasn't trying to storm childcare facilities with a camera crew screaming, show me the children now, it doesn't count. There's a proper way to conduct a thorough investigation, and you botched it for clickbait. As if Hassan asking a guy, a terrorist, do you watch One Piece is an investigation is beyond me. But the idea that he's just upset that somebody new to the game is coming through there. That's why Hassan criticized that Clav guy for not being attractive, because that's all he's got going for him. But the idea that, oh, this guy's better looking. No, he's not. He's not better looking than me. And also, hey, here's a guy that's doing journalism. No, I'm a journalist. I went to college for journalism. Like, he's constantly upset at the idea that people are doing better than him, and he's falling backwards. And the sad part is, he's like, oh, you botched it. No, this is the most important example of citizen journalism for the year. And he somehow can't figure out how to make it about, well, one, he can't figure out how to defend them with logic. So he's just trying to make it into something, trying to reframe it as something ridiculous, but also just trying to attack him, saying, oh, you know, you were screaming, where are the kids? Where are the kids? That's not what happened. But the funny part is how Nick says, oh yeah, literally shocks their dogs. Again, allegedly. We have a lot of evidence as such, but we can't say it is for certain. But the one thing I'll say is he hasn't sued anybody that actually claims that he's done it, so I'm willing to bet he doesn't want to go to discovery. But the idea is he's so desperate out here now to pretend like, oh, the dog's shocking, it hasn't ruined my career, like I'm still doing fine.
Then they probably would never do that. And you can say, Hassan, you have clout, right? I am still one of the largest content creators on this platform.
That's annoying,
debatable.
Too.
But I do think that if that was the case,
and I think it's part of the thing where if the best thing you have to your name is your sub count or your how many live viewers you have, like right now I got a measly 100 here and 1,000 over there. We're not doing good anymore, but we're growing, you know. But the idea is I'm never going to say, look, the reason I'm valid is because I have all these subscribers. I got 1 million subscribers. That's why my opinion is better than your opinion. Like, no. If the best thing you have is numbers and they're dwindling numbers at that, I'm willing to bet you don't have actual like logic to stand on. You don't have moral standing. You don't actually have anything valid to say other than this number says I'm better than you, which is, again, debatable. We're going to get more into that. But yeah, here we go.
If that was the fucking case, like, it's much easier to just say,
losing
like, fuck Hassan,
viewers left and
as
right.
many people have done so in this sphere, in this industry, right? Did bro forget about Kayagate Lamau? Yeah, bro did forget about it. You want to know why bro forgot about it?
He hasn't forgot about it. He's been talking about it nonstop and trying to fight it nonstop. Remember, he was getting all mad about the Kayagate, the dog shocking allegations, but then during the award show that I don't know why he was dressed up as a Chinese dictator at, whatever, but when he went there, he said, was it that or was it on a podcast? I forgot what the thing was, but he said, everybody's making fun of, at the award show, he said, everybody's making fun of me at the award show for shocking my dog, but now at least they're not calling me a terrorist. It's insane, the bait and switch of, I didn't shock my dog. I didn't shock my dog. I didn't shock my dog.
Now
okay.
now they're calling.
Let's just joke about it now. Like, why? How did you try to transition into it just being a hee funny joke? The dog was possibly being abused in the background.
Yeah,
it's destroying his
career. Stay in place for 11 hours, 12 hours a day.
It was ridiculous to begin with, and two,
in camera
I've collaborated with a fuck ton of people since then. That's the whole point that I'm making.
You are so shallow, Hassan.
I don't think that's even the case.
Here's the thing: is collaborations that go
nowhere.
creators that are larger than you. So probably on that platform, it's going to be Kai. It's going to be Asmongold. It's going to be Speed. If people bigger than you are looking down and saying, man, you're such an up-and-comer guy. Like, I like your content so much. I want to have you on my channel. That would be a collaboration you can brag about. But if the best quality about you is how many live viewers, how many subscribers you have, how many followers you have, and nobody seems to care about it anymore,
sounds more annoying
it leads
than
me
anything.
to believe those are hollow. Those numbers aren't real.
Yeah.
But there are plenty
I'm sure he's you botting.
There are plenty who just only look at TikTok and don't really have any fucking any opinions that they have on politics, and they think I'm like, you know, some fucking random dickhead who's always covering drama or whatever. But it doesn't matter ultimately,
because you're a slop tuber, Hassan.
regardless of what the fan bases say.
He's
if
an
that was the
absolute
case,
slop
They
tuber.
used to. I think the FaZe Clan is that that Asian guy, the Jason guy. He would go to him, be on a show because he's trying to build his audience. Now he doesn't need Hassan anymore, but they would go to him for their woke political takes. I don't know what to think about this, so tell me why free Palestine is a good thing. Like, they just go to him as a de facto moral high ground in politics. And if you're uninformed, that's a good way to go about it. Say, hey, look, this guy's got a lot of followers. He has the popular opinion. I'm going to align myself with him. But ever since he became known as the dog shocker, whether or not he did it or not, he's just known as the dog shocker.
Nobody else
He's
can say
forever
it.
made people need to distance themselves from him because
he's been
he can
blacklisted.
literally cheer on for terror. He can literally cheer on for violent attacks on landlords. As long as it seems like the popular opinion and he has all the followers in the political sphere, people are going to, like, uninformed people are going to align themselves with him. But everybody unanimously is against electrocuting dogs. Maybe there's a 5% of population that doesn't like animals, but mainstream people, Kai, Speed, Jason,
Most
all the
Muslims.
girl streamers, they need to distance themselves from him because he's toxic to their brand. You cannot be selling a Verizon ad, a Best Buy ad, a brand new Warner Brothers movie, a Disney Channel subscription service next to a guy that's best known for shocking his dog. He's trying to downplay Kayagate, but it's impacting his career. And I always say, oh, you know, people use it's over, he's done thumbnail meta. I truly believe it's beginning of the end for him.
And Adapt and I would never collab, for example. If that was the case, I wouldn't ever collab with Your Rage.
I don't know any of these people.
If that was the case, I would never collab with Jason.
But that was, I think the Jason thing was before the dog shocking thing.
Oh, it's just, they're not, I don't think they're that.
Most of his collabs were.
I don't think they're that audience captured.
Okay, he kind of rambled there, but I do the same thing too. That's fine. But
Gil's rambles.
Asmongold is now accusing him of botting because he's been at a historic low in views, and then obviously Asmongold's gonna know more about view counts. But apparently, like, nobody's botting themselves to the 145 live viewers I have right now. You guys are all real. Cool. Thanks for watching me over there. But he's saying this is botting. I think I saw somebody else talking about botting where they're like, how do these people log on in the first few seconds of their live stream instantaneously gets to 10K? That proves that they're botting because even Asmongold has to gradually warm up to it. Asmongold is accusing Hassan of botting. Maybe not Hassan himself botting, but somebody buying viewers for him.
Okay, so this is the normal graph. These are all the normal graphs here. Okay, all right, and there's one more we can see here.
Hey,
so it's pretty obvious that it's pretty. So this is he was losing followers every day, and now mysteriously.
And here's the thing: is what most people don't understand about content creation is, I'm sure a lot of you guys watched Decoy Voice for a long period of time, probably stopped at some period of time, and came back and watched me again. Or you're a brand new viewer, you'll watch me for a bit, maybe get bored, stop watching it, then the algorithm will like give a video a boost and like, oh, I'll watch Decoy again. Like, as a content creator, no matter how good your content is, you always got to fight the churn rate, meaning no matter what, you're always losing viewers. You can be doing everything right, but people are just going to fall off, get busy in life, move away, get different interests, whatever it is. It's not enough that you need more followers because some people just stop watching you and don't click unsubscribe. It's just how it is. You forget, right? If you are not only not beating your churn rate, but you're also not beating your disaffected fans, like people walking away from you, right? you or your career is going to be done. Like, how many people out there know you watch somebody on the internet and they're like 1 million subscribers, 2 million subscribers, and they average like 10K views per video, 100K views per video. Like I always say when I'm helping coach people on YouTube is you got to fight your churn rate, and you also have to be beating your subscriber level in terms of views. If you don't have more views than you have subscribers at least once a month, you're not beating your churn rate, and this is very dangerous waters. Like you got to be constantly rethinking your content, repivoting your thumbnails, trying to be like, just always working on yourself to get better. People that become complacent and see their viewership go down and don't change anything and blame everything else. Oh, it's the algorithm. Oh, it's detractors, it's slop tubers, whatever it may be. It's like, no, it's you are not going to survive. You're not going to go from 1 million subscribers to 0. You're not going to go from 40K live viewers to 0 overnight. It's going to be slow. It's going to be gradual. But if you do nothing about that gradual kickoff and not fix your churn, your online career is going to be done. You just don't know it yet. And this is him not fixing it. Somebody may have botted it for him, and he doesn't even know about it, but it definitely looks like what's happening right now. Is that what happened to DSP? I don't really know much about DSP other than like other content creators making stuff on him. I watched, oh crap, Asmongold's in this corner. I'm covering him. Asmongold, I've heard all the people talk about DSP. I had negative views of him, but then I saw DSP on talking to Asmongold for a long period of time, and I was like, okay, maybe he was a little bit misrepresented. Obviously, I don't like the guy because it's like the whole begging for money thing just always puts makes me view these people in a different way. But just the idea of, is that what happened to him? Likely, but I don't know much about him really. I never watched much of him.
This is crazy. You're going 4, 10, 8, 7, 5,
that's not
4,
organic.
13, 31, 3, 9, -2, 9, 3, -1, 4, 900, 1200.
Completely inorganic, unless a bigger content creator than him, which would have to be like Kai or Speed or Asmongold or I don't know, Justin Bieber, who he's streaming, or Jaylen Brown, he's streaming now. Unless it was somebody bigger than you. Like I could get a 4,000 follower bump if I'm not asking for this. By no means am I asking for this. But like if an Asmongold, a donut operator, a giant content creator was like, oh, everybody go to Decoy, twitch.tv/Decoy and follow him. That would be organic. It would make sense. But when you're at the epitome of left-wing politics, there's really nobody that can give you a shout out that's going to give you an influx of followers at this level.
900, 500, 250, 600. This is 100% botting.
Yeah.
Sorry. It is. It's botting. Now, it doesn't mean that Hassan did it himself. It doesn't.
True. And that's the thing. I like that Asmongold seems pretty fair overall. I think that a big thing that when I meet people in real life, like they'll what was it? It was I was at a certain clothing store and I was in a fitting room, and the fitting room attendant was this like younger girl. She's like, "Oh my god, like, are you Decoy? Cool. Can I take a picture?" And I was like, "Yeah, that's awesome. That's cool. Thanks." And she's like, "Yeah, me and my boyfriend, we watch you all the time, and you really just help us like navigate the world of politics. Like, you're not too harsh on either side. You're just kind of even keeled on things. Like you tell it how it is." And that's what I appreciate about Asmongold. He covers like internet drama and stuff, but it's like, by all means, if this was the opposite way and Hassan had the opportunity to dunk on Asmongold for botting, which he kind of does, he claims he does it all the time, he would not be giving him grace of saying, Asmongold, maybe he's botting or maybe someone's buying bots for him, because anybody could do it. Like, I don't want anybody to do it because it messes up your back end. Don't ever bot for a creator thinking it's going to help them, because it just messes up their analytics. But Asmongold's giving Hassan grace, and not in a way that Hassan would never give Asmongold grace. That's why I kind of feel like people like him, because he's fair.
But at the same time...
Oh, yeah, that was it. But yeah, he's saying he's botting, but also Dan Saltman finds out, saying Hassan is now at his lowest sub count in 5 years. So this, and YouTube subscribers are free and channel members are paid. Twitch follows are free, subscribers are paid. meaning to say that he's been getting his paid members or the lowest in 5 years. This follows a third consecutive month of losses. I guess when your entire grift is hating America, America starts to hate you back. But also, I've seen him crash out and yell at fans that have been like, I'm a paying Twitch Prime or whatever, Twitch sub for like 12 months. And he's like, subscribers like you are what makes me mad. Like, he's always talking trash to his own people and all yelling at him, oh, I hate the left. And it's like, yeah, not even hating America, but hating liberals. Like, he cultivated this very extreme audience and lashes out on them because he can't be, you know, what I think he wants to be deep down inside, which is essentially a bro trooper. Hassan also can't run ads anymore either. Too bad, so sad. And you look at this chart over here, and it's sad. Tier 1, $49.99. So apparently, I'm covering this thing up again. If you're looking at December, 10,000 subs, right? Which is great. And you get $5 per sub, but I believe the revenue split, even for the top guys, are 70-30. So, so it's like more like 7,000 tier 1 subs. 7,000 times 5 is $35,000. So $35,000 is an outrageous amount of money. Like, that's $35K is a lot. He's making the average American salary every 2 months. Phenomenal. But if you live in a multi-million-dollar mansion in Los Angeles, probably still paying his mortgage, has property taxes outrageously high, and also I believe people say he has like a $200,000 sports car. It's kind of hard to live that lavish NBA millionaire life on $35K because living beyond his means, because back in, 6 months ago, he had 26,000 of those members. So that's two and a half times more. So what's 35 times 2.5? Oh God, there's a lot of math today. Yeah, 30K a month is absurd. Yeah, pretty lavish for a socialist. But 35 times 2 is 70, plus half of that. So nearly 100K a month off of just the paid members, and he's also got other stuff. And he's probably got like I don't know, does he do ads? I forget. But yeah, making probably around 100 grand a month, down to 30 grand a month.
That's my goal to
After
freeze
California taxes, it's probably like half of that because he's in a higher tier than most of us. But when I say Hassan, his career is over, and you know, he's saying he's still relevant, people are still collaborating with me. It's like, no, I think your career is done. I think your career is done because not only the money is showing us that people don't care to pay for your NPC programming. People don't like animal abusers, even if you're not one. If you are one or not, we know his audience is they follow their emotions more than facts. So if they believe you're an animal abuser, you are an animal abuser.
Mm-hmm.
That's just how they operate. But him losing all this money,
he's cultivated that those people too.
But the bigger part right now is just you have what is this? Extra Emily and some random girl talking on stream, talking trash about Hassan. Now here's the thing: is the Twitch community is supposed to be this tight knit thing where, you know, everybody's nice, like, you know, old school Hollywood where they're all friends behind the scenes. And now you're having the top female streamer, I believe, talking trash about the
I think the
previously
female
top
streamers,
streamer.
Well, maybe not on the first date.
Yeah.
Well, maybe
boring.
Yeah, it was with Hassan, bro. It was with Hassan. It was a bad date, guys.
So she's talking.
About date with Hassan.
To my understanding, she's talking about going on a date with Hassan. Other people aren't capturing that, but it sounds. Oh yeah, for Tiff, what's the worst date you ever been on? So she dated Hassan.
Like that, but maybe not on the first date.
Yeah.
Well, maybe
boring.
Yeah, it was with Hassan, bro. It was with Hassan. It was a bad date, guys. I have met Hassan multiple times. He comes into our store.
So first she's clamoring because she doesn't want beef. She's like, wow, you went on a date with Hassan. Cool. Worlds overlapping. I don't know who this person is. I only vaguely know about Emily.
Wow. And he's not very nice to me. Yep. Can I say that?
Oh, it's okay.
She's worried about it.
Was I not supposed to say that?
That's okay. So,
Classic Hassan. If you went against Hassan, that would be career suicide, especially if she was up and coming. But since she's established and she's someone that has a large audience, the fact that she would let this happen lets you know that it's over. She finds no utility in kissing Hassan's feet. It's okay to cut ties with him because you want to cut ties with an animal alleged animal abuser. The same way that I said when I covered Johnny Somali, no big deal, no big deal. I'm doing it. I was like a smaller YouTuber at the time. But when that girl, Rotten Mango usually covers like murders and stuff, but she has the #1 podcast, I believe in the female demo, but then #5 podcast overall. Single operation Asian girl that used to do mukbang. Once she started talking about Johnny Somali, that's when Johnny's drama went global. The idea that now it's getting beyond his little niche space on Twitch, talking about politics. Now this is going Twitch mainstream of him being a bad guy.
Maybe is he like busy? Like is he busy?
I don't know.
Maybe he's like
It's
looking,
the truth.
maybe he's looking somewhere.
But do you know who was really, really nice to me? Like,
That's
You
my
gotta
goal.
talk about
so
Jacob
nice.
Elordi, whatever.
Priscilla, he was Elvis. Yes, the actor. Jacob Elordi. Jacob
There you go.
Elordi. Y'all, Jacob Elordi is okay, fuck Duke Dennis, like Riz.
Okay, yeah, he's a nice guy, whatever. But talking trash on the most popular female streamer, but
Mhm.
then also you see this random thing, and again, like Neon or whatever. But this might seem insignificant, but honestly, I think this is the end. This signifies the end of his whole grift.
Comedy.
Okay. So y'all get flown out and get.
No.
Oh, you don't.
not
You don't.
fuck.
Okay.
We're just, we're just blonde. So
None
we're
of that.
we're going for the vibes. We're
Okay.
going for the shits and gigs.
I feel you.
Yes.
So y'all didn't link Hassan when you got there?
No.
He just bought the ticket.
Nah, we just did the dinners.
to be seen with us out in public, you know?
Yeah.
Hassan took us on a flight to Europe just to be seen with us in public.
Isn't that good for us though?
It's pretty good.
So he flew you guys out, and all you had to do was stand next to him.
Yes.
What a
Take
fucking.
photos, go out for dinner.
Yes. We were literally living our life
We
in
were living
Europe.
life.
Like Mykonos, you name it.
Maybe they just did that. Maybe there was something else transactional in it. I'm not going to accuse them any of it. But the simple fact you'll have these girls go on a large stream, Neon is a pretty big channel, to just trash talk them, even though they have a direct connection with them, lets you know that they don't care about severing ties with them. They're never going to hang out again after this because they made him look so bad. And his vanity is the most important aspect of his business. The fact that everybody out there, from extra Emily having a girl trash their first day with Hassan saying he's a bad guy, to some random e-girls, I don't even know who they are. Some random girls saying he flew us out to Europe and we just lived our best life. He just paid for our flights and laughed about it. Oh, we didn't hook up with him, whatever. Lets you know that no one is afraid of his audience anymore. They're no longer trying to use him for clout. He's not a stepping stone to the next thing. He's a literal joke to them. A literal joke to girls, little joke to the e-girl streamers, a joke to the rest of the political sphere. Like, the internet has cut ties with him in viewership and also paid membership and friendship. He's trying to play like Kaya Gate didn't end his career, but I think all signs point to the contrary. I think it's over for him.
Posts aren't getting that many views. What in the world?
The woman you just saw being raided by officers did something so unfathomable that it required multiple police departments to respond immediately to the scene and use an alarming amount of firepower just to reach her.
I'm begging you. They're gonna keep using force until you cooperate. Please, I want to get you that cigarette.
Disaster began when an officer arrived.
Oof. From cracking down nationwide.
Of dollars. They're not even open yet, assuming they ever will open. They are never going to open, but they're already taking the money.
This is the first one I've seen, so I had to pull over and actually take a shot of it.
Astounding.
So
just absolutely astounding. These are all over the place in Washington too. I mean, this looks like a trap house. I guarantee if you actually get inside this building somehow, there's homeless people doing fentanyl inside of this building. They're sleeping on mattresses. There's holes in the ceiling. Water is dripping in, and there's homeless junkies in the building doing drugs. That is what you find in a building like this in the Seattle suburbs. That is exactly what is going on. But at least coming soon, it is the multilingual child daycare. And to get them up and running, get them off the ground, they're already taking millions of dollars every single year. Astounding.
Sheesh.
This video, okay, this guy looks a little bit crazy, but I want you to watch this video with me here. After the fraud scandal in Minnesota, a TikToker has decided to investigate daycare centers in Ohio, which has the country's second largest Somali population. Well, I'm
Crazy.
sure nothing weird is going to be going on here. Let's take a look.
All right, so a lot of this fraud in Minnesota is centered around daycares. And now there are claims about daycares coming up from Ohio, and this is crazy. I'm just gonna start showing you some of these examples here, but basically Columbus is home to the nation's second largest Somali community behind Minnesota. There's about 60,000 Somali Americans in Columbus, and there's 500 Somali-owned businesses. And if you're not caught up on this, the FBI is now investigating this fraud in Minnesota. They say that it might reach up to $9 billion, one of the largest Medicaid frauds in American history. And federal officials have portrayed the Somali community as a hotspot for fraud.
That's right.
And I mean portrayed, but most of the fraud defendants are of Somali descent in Minnesota. So people just started using this tool where you can look up daycare centers in Ohio to look these places up. So here's 161 Child Care LLC, and it's listed at this address. So I literally just put this address in my own personal Google Maps, and this is what I see.
Oh, would you look at that? It is a smoke shop where the Somali daycare is registered. They are receiving hundreds of thousands of dollars, maybe millions of dollars every single
Crazy.
Are you mad yet? Hey, Americans, are you pissed off yet?
Listed as a smoke shop. Okay, and then here's First Choice Child Care. It's listed at this address, 4303 Cleveland Avenue. And this is what I see. You know, it's just like the windows are all blacked out. There's no playscape. There's nothing for kids.
Kids don't need windows. Kids hate windows.
They hate sunlight.
Maybe the photo was taken at the wrong time, but not many cars there. All right, and then there's Benatti Child Care 2. And it's at 3629 Cleveland Avenue. And here we go again. Part of
Would you drop your kids off here?
it is a boutique with bars on it. And here's the child care center. These all say 6 weeks to 12 years old. And if you have kids, you would know that most child care centers do not enroll kids that are between 6 weeks and 12 years old. That's way too big of a spread.
Yeah.
But it enables you to get more kids enrolled, hypothetically, or at least claim that they're enrolled.
Who is putting their 6-week-old baby 6 weeks in a child care facility, in any child care facility, but let alone a child care facility like this?
Nope.
And then you just start looking at the reviews. And so if they even have reviews, like this place got 2 reviews 2 years ago, and they're both 5-star reviews. And again, I don't know if you have kids, but daycares get reviews.
Yes, they do.
Okay, and then you got the Hyatt Learning Center, and it's at 2599 Tiller Lane. This place you can't even see on Google Maps. But you can see that at this address, there's like all these businesses that are listed there, and this learning center is just one of them, and it has no reviews. And then this one, Ka Child Care, which is listed at 2635 Dublin, and that's this spot here. You gotta love the 1-star award winner. But mostly you just notice like there's no playground, there's no kids.
There's nothing.
And this place is listed as being permanently closed, but it got 1 review and it's been open since 2018. So in the last, 5-6 years, 1 review. And it gets spicier because there is this congressperson, Ismail Mohammed, who's of Somali descent, who is receiving campaign donations from these daycare centers.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Imagine that. All of these fraudulent Somali daycares, all of them are then they're redirecting their illicitly gotten money to, what is this?
Campaign funds. Democrat
Ismail
campaign.
Mohammed, the Somali state representative, his campaign.
Ridiculous.
Would you look at that?
Star Zone Daycare, Bright Kids Academy. All right, so here is Bright Kids Academy. We get the classic blacked out windows again. No reviews. Here is the Star Zone Daycare here. Again, blacked out windows, no cars, no playground. They do have a few reviews, and this lady said it's a joke. The teachers are not trained and are basically women that bring their kids to the center, and this is gonna come back. Here's another one that donated to his campaign, Primo One Daycare. Again, classic, no cars, blacked out.
I mean, this looks like a 7-Eleven.
Mm-hmm.
I guarantee you at one point this was a 7-Eleven or a plaid pantry.
No cars, blacked out windows. And they had the wherewithal to put up these, you know, nice looking photos, but again, no reviews. And here's this one, Rise Up Daycare, which is in this place. Again, classic, no playground. They say that they've enrolled 71 kids, which means they're getting reimbursed for, you know, more kids.
Yep.
But when they were actually inspected, there was hardly any kids in the building. So yeah, it looks
well, they were probably all sick that day.
It's like the same scheme that's been used in Minnesota. Likely seems like it's going on in Ohio. And
Yeah,
when
most
I'm reflecting
likely.
on this, it just makes me remember that Somalis follow this Islamic tradition where men can marry up to 4 wives, provided they're able to support them. And based on my research, it just seems like oftentimes what will happen is there will be one official marriage and then more cultural marriages. But then I started thinking about this lady's review where she was like, hey, the teachers aren't trained and they're basically just women that bring their kids to the center. And I was like, oh yeah, of course. That might jive with this whole thing. And so it's like, all right, cool. So if
Well, I mean, there is another Islamic tradition where they are allowed to lie, to literally lie, cheat, and steal towards non-Muslims. It doesn't matter because listen, all of us non-Muslims, we are dogs. We are as good as dogs. We're nothing. We're less than human. Therefore, it's all good. You can lie to non-Muslims. You can cheat. You can steal. You can manipulate. It's all good. This is the law. They're allowed to do that. And kind of seems like that's what's going on here.
the guys are able to support them is the big thing. But like, I mean, just are we the ones supporting them? And if so, just genuine question. Do we want to do that?
Yeah, the answer is no. And so it kind of seems like
Absolutely not. All right, we're gonna play some games. Gabe. Got some Charlie Kirk news.
Did you make of the two rulings today? There's this, media cannot be a third party to a criminal case, and then there's also, they're going to release some redacted, some unredacted documents from Tyler Robinson's, I think it was his October hearing.
Well, the judge is being very deliberative, as is his reputation, and he's coming down exactly where he needs to come down. He's balancing these interests. He said, look, the media does have an interest here. The public has a right to access, not just under federal law, but under state law. And so he's going to give access to these hearing transcripts. There will be some redactions, which is exactly where he needed to go. Now, the assumption is that he will allow cameras in the courtroom. Judging from his past statements, I would think so, but it's ultimately his call.
We are expecting a ruling on that in early February on camera access. One of our colleagues, Donna Rotuno, has argued that if you want to help quell the media circus, if you want to try and help rein in some of the chaos surrounding this trial, at least politically across the country, one way to do that is to give everybody full access to ground zero, to what is transpiring in that courtroom. What do you make of that?
Doubt it. They should be coming home soon, if not already on their way.
United States, the framers wanted trials
No.
in the public for a reason. They wanted the public to be able to see justice being done. It's pretty archaic to say, well, if you wait for days in line, maybe you'll be one of a couple dozen people in the courtroom, when everyone could be able to be part of that public trial. And I think that it's very important for the public to see this. Look, the evidence against Robinson is overwhelming. That is, the prosecutors could lose on every suppression fight and virtually keep only 10% of this evidence and probably still secure an easy conviction. So the evidence is overwhelming. What Erica is facing, and certainly the Turning Point staff are facing, are these really vile conspiracy theories. That really only having this type of transparency is going to effectively knock down. We do need this exposure. I think the judge should consider that. This was, even though there's two parties in the case, as he noted, there's a reason why prosecutors stand up and say that people are ready to present their case. Because a political assassination is a crime against the people, against the public. And they should see justice being done, and they should see the facts.
I want to ask you about this other major case we're following, that of the would-be or failed DC pipe bomber, Brian Cole, who set up these bombs outside RNC and DNC headquarters right around the time that...
They're allowing court records out and the transcripts and stuff. I guess in February they're going to talk about letting cameras into the courtroom.
Congress was certifying the 2020 election. He is now in a latest sort of...
Yeah, and it needs to be. Well, it should be, because it's not just two parties. It's the people, because the people are looking for justice in this case. So it needs to be broadcast, especially because it was so, yes.
Documents have been made public, making the case that none of this was political. He has never really cared much for politics, hasn't ever even really heard of politics. Why do you think his team of attorneys is advising him to go down this route?
Well, there's not really a very good path for him. It's much like the Robinson defense. The evidence here seems to be mounting by the day, including incriminating statements reportedly made after his arrest. He's not going to have a very good shot at arguing insanity. He was obviously very functional. But the real takeaway from this is a warning to those people who are ratcheting up the rhetoric and rage. These are the type of people who can be triggered by that.
All right, Jonathan, we have to leave it there, but could talk to you all afternoon long. Thanks for taking time with us today.
What's up, wild child? That's funny.
This game quietly proves you don't need a price tag to deliver greatness. This game quietly proves you don't need a price tag to deliver greatness.
Other one.
Have you heard? That person has returned.
Or
I wonder if I'll be able to see it tonight. Come on, have a drink.
Care for a bowl of wontons, friend?
I can get noodles. Let me have a taste. Mix one. Well, one more. Okay. Yeah. And life stories.
From dawn to dusk.
Uh,
That's the fate of us laborers. Better accept it.
Upon the moment, work on the cement, swarm the food stalls like that. Damn bursting. I can't push through and I sure don't run fast. No special skills, can't outwork anyone, can't even out eat them. Cops can't freeze folks in their tracks. It's pitiful. Perhaps I can help you. Brilliant, just bro. What's your plan for tomorrow's lunch? Yeah, real deal, huh? True hero who helps folks in need. I finally get to eat thanks to you. That'd be brilliant. Just brilliant.
From dawn to dusk, that's the fate of us laborers.
Where do I go? chess player. I got a better chess.
When people die, they turn into stars and fly up to heaven. Your mother is watching us from heaven.
Save this one, the Hazuki Dike. This boat would pay the drop. Please serpent Hallman.
Don't look. The prices outside aren't any better.
Come and take a look. Baskets. Sturdy baskets.
Uh, Alright, let's go up and get the campfire.
Yes and no. The map is easy to draw, but He's a smart one. The ends of the earth are me, and I am the ends of the earth. Since we've come to this world, the rivers and mountains of the 9 regions must be measured step by step. Well said. Here, take this map.
The Roaring Sands. Got that boundary stone. There's another one here right before the city. But I also need to go up here and get this one because I really want to get the
I play creepy up. Creepy up. How do we play that? Oh, creepy up.
yeah.
No, Oh yeah, like you pull.
Get the upper Thunderlands unlocked. All right, let's get the rest of these. Get inkwell fans up there and get it. Oh, any more? Okay. Run.
Holy. I. I.
Hey. You got huge balloons. Come pop on my head if you hit me with it again.
Back up, back up.
Just buddy. No, he did. Double check. And we're okay right now. Journal. Just
Look, this looks like a big pig. Oh, let go. Let go. Let go. It goes
all right.
up. Big baby rolled up.
Another chest in here? Or is it underneath? There's a chest there.
Oh, get away from Mama like that. Are you done watching the phone? No.
You. Holy, it's gonna pop. This game was able to blow him up at like 2. Yeah. Ash, how you doing? It's not New Year's yet over here, but it's New Year's for you, right? That's you. leaving good hints in the game. Diva, lay down. Oh, there's a chest right there. You can if you were going to. I know. I want to get that one up top. How do I get it? So. Can't go through that? What are you doing? I go now. All these swords on the ground. Can't go through there. Bye. Got it. Don't dump anything all over your head, little boy.
No, I'll go up my head while I drink it. Dad, you serious? I was big and it's very loud. Watch it.
Get the balloon out of here. Not all the chests. Got it. Cool. We got that. What else do I want to get? I didn't go that way. I need to go that way, huh? Got a skill theft too. Where is? Also, own. Ah, yeah, popped it. Oh, only one. Oh gosh, bad guys. That's the guy I wanted to grab.
No, my shadow man. Fear my shadow flame. Feel my shadow strike.
Horse bandit down. over there. Area Pavilion. What else? Hollow Elbow. Goes. Oh, cool. Get to use my doctor. He's got tuberculosis. That's cool. Fine. Fireworks are all gone.
Dorothy.
Whereabouts? Oh, that.
I almost like get big one. Yeah, not one. Go pick another book for her to read too. Go pick another one. Oh, you don't like this one? You need milk? No. Oh, let's go look at this book. I think you're gonna like it. That like book? No. Yeah. Oh, but I've got. How do dinosaurs get well? Soon.
All right. Stream. Everybody have a happy New Year's.